Alrighty, we are back with another 4-on-4, and no Gleemoxes or Time Vaults, but there is a Mana Vault, and I spy a Paradoxical Outcome. Very good with Mana Vault, so almost assuredly this card wheels, right? Let's see, Bauble, Top, Probe, Fetch is 5, and then it just needs Wandering Emperor, and Sandy Dog, yep, he's in the draft, so Wandering Emperor is going to get taken. Stern Scolding, maybe Persist. Plus, Outcome's only good if you have one of like Mana Vault, Soul Ring, Mana Crypt generally. So I'm going to take Mana Vault here over Fetch Land and see if I can draft a nice little artifact deck. There's an Ocelot Pride and a Karn. I'm probably just going to take Memory Lapse though. I think Memory Lapse is a little bit worse than Ocelot Pride, pick one, pack one. But Memory Lapse is very good. And Pride doesn't work so well with Mana Vault here. I mean, it's okay. You can draft a white deck that can use Mana Vault, but it's not what I'm here to do. Plus, this is the combo cube. This is the Power Max cube, and I've been really liking drafting combo. It's helped that I keep getting Time Vault, but, you know, maybe I could still get it this draft. Who knows? And passing like a Woodfall Primus is worth noting. Ignoble Hierarch. Nothing else too exciting here, though. All right, here. Oh, Flash. Okay. Skull Clamp. Mystic Confluence. So all very good cards. I like Flash a little less when it... person passing me knows that they passed it to me, because like say that Woodfall Primus won't probably wheel. I think I'll still take Flash though. Flash is a busted card. I do like Clamp and I do like Mystic Confluence, but Flash is. There's also Passageways here and Witherbloom Apprentice in this pack, so keep those things in mind. I've been having Flash now 2 decks in a row, which not a bad thing to have. Flash is great. All right, here I might just take Wheel of Fortune. We're combo-rific, and it's a powerful card. The other good cards are like Troll of Khazad-dûm, Hex Drinker, Elite Spellbinder. Yeah, none of those are as powerful as Wheel of Fortune. Oh, I could take Fury here. I could take Dak. There's also Urza's Bauble, which is good in a Paradoxical Outcome deck, but I don't know. I don't think I can quite do that. I probably just want Fury. I mean, Fury is really good with draw 7s. Dak is a pretty strong card, but I like Fury a lot. Let's see if we can take Fury here. Now there's Headliner Scarlet and Daze and a Talisman. I might just take Daze. I like Daze a good amount. Talismans are pretty replaceable. Headliner Scarlet's not bad, but Flash and Wheel of Fortune and Mana Vault don't really lead me so much towards decks where Headliner Scarlet's amazing. Let's take Daze here. I'll probably just take Chain Lightning over Galvanic Discharge. Sorcery Speed versus, well, this actually hits Planeswalkers too. Maybe Galvanic Discharge is actually better. Instant Speed. The Chain Lightning is a lot better than like Flame Slash, because Chain Lightning can hit Planeswalkers, but I actually don't care about going face as much. All right, I'll take that. That was pick 7. I haven't really gotten much for Paradoxical Outcome, so I'm not really leaning towards that direction. And it's looking a little more like I'm a blue-red deck. All right, like a blue-red tempo deck. Well, the last couple picks have pushed me back towards wanting Headliner Scarlet, but I don't mind this. These decks don't have tons of creatures in play, so I'm happy to take Feywild Caretaker here. Really good card to Mana Vault out. And Daze is also quite good in decks that can land a Feywild Caretaker, so... Well, Outcome did wheel, but at this point I think I take Stern Scolding. It's a shame, but yeah, that's kind of where the packs led us, right? And Stern Scolding I think will be good in this sort of deck as well. All right. Just blue-red tempo with Flash, potentially, but also like Memory Lapse, Daze, Stern Scolding, and then Galvanic Discharge and Fury to kill creatures. Oh, they let Woodfall Primus wheel. Okay. Well, I'm not going to complain. Goldspan also is nice, but I have Flash, so of course I'm going to take Primus. That's. I don't know exactly what happened. Of course, I don't know all the picks, but that's not great team drafting etiquette. I mean, or a strategy rather. I don't know. If I pass someone a Flash like 3rd or 4th pick, I would really try not to let Woodfall Primus wheel, because usually you could prevent it, but we'll see. Here, I guess I'll take the Talisman here. Witherbloom came back. Restless Vinestock is not terrible. I'm not going to play Show and Tell, but I mean, I'm probably not going to play Talisman either. But I don't really need to hate Witherbloom Apprentice or Springheart Nantuko, and there's a chance this deck could... I guess Tinker is probably not going to happen, the past Mirror Battlesphere and Portal to Phyrexia, but I like this setup. I could use blue-red lands. That is something I don't have, but we didn't even see any, so it's not like I passed up on them. Oh, Firebolt and Thought Scour. I kind of like them both, but biasing towards a red card for Fury is kind of nice, so I think I'll just take the Firebolt. Oh, now I'll take Elegant Parlor. The Talisman looking a little better too, because now I could splash white. Just having a couple free white sources makes it a lot more likely. Elvish Spirit God, I think, is a more powerful card than Elvish Reclaimer. And this actually looks like a pretty nice little blue-red deck. Our last pick, GTA. I almost am to the point where I think we should cut GTA from the cube. The card really is not what it used to be. All right, what do we got? There's a Ragavan. There's also a Mox Emerald, so I will be taking the Mox over Urza Saga, Ragavan, Flooded Strand. Anything come back? Maybe Brain Surge comes back. Tarfire. But yeah, we'll take Mox. Mox is great. We get some good busted acceleration. See, if I had gotten some good paradoxical outcome cards, we'd be talking, but I did not. Here, not a great pack. There's a blue-red land. It's Xander's Lounge. There's a Trinket Mage. I'm not going to take that. Oh, also in a couple videos ago when I had Time Vault and Key and took Trinket Mage over Enlightened Tutor, that's solely because I barely see Enlightened Tutor in packs because I never take the card. It was the pick there. Here I'm going to take Emberwild Captain. Really good card with Mana Vault or Mox. Good card with Fury. It's also not even crazy to flash it into play. Obviously, that's a little bit dicier, but just good cards that press the advantage or what you want when you have mana acceleration. And here, easy Scalding Tarn. We'll take Key, just saying, and a Time Spiral, but this deck needs Scalding Tarn so badly. All right, let's move things over because it doesn't look like I'm getting too high on the spell curve. I like looking at my fetchables and fetch lands. I hopefully have enough fetch lands to make a pile of them. I do love an LED so much, but I'm going to take Miscalculation. This is a Miscalculation deck for sure, and not so much an LED deck right now. It's also some red-white lands, but I don't even have a white card. It's more like I've gotten some white fixing, relatively free, so I'm on the lookout to splash white if there's a good card, but not there. Oh, Salvager's LED. There's also Flame Slash, though, and Atroxa. Flash Atroxa is pretty good. I mean, it's a 2-card combo that lets you draw, usually 5 cards out of the top 10. And Atroxa also goes well if I pick up Sneak or Breach, and it's really powerful, so good to not pass Atroxa if you can avoid it. And here, there's Simian Sphere Guide and Burst Lightning, but we're a nice setup for a Fiery Confluence deck. We got some good damage options here. I do like Nexus with Atroxa, but Fiery Confluence, this is the deck for it for sure. And then now, my outcome deck could have been nice. I really didn't see the cards pack one for it. Here there's a Screaming Nemesis. I don't think I can afford a Mox Opal. There's also Currency Converter, which is pretty good with Wheel of Fortune, but this does kind of look like a Screaming Nemesis deck. Just attack your opponent a lot. Yeah, that seems like what I want to be doing. Oh, wow. Here, there's a Relic of Sauron, a Goblin Rabmaster, a Pestermite. I mean, haven't seen Twin or Kiki. There's also Brainstorm, though. I really like Brainstorm. I just like assembling my combos and like making my deck more consistent. So I think I'm just going to take Brainstorm here. Maybe Twin happens, maybe not. Oh, Ketria Triumph is good. I think better than Tarfire. I already have 2 bolts, including a 2-damage bolt. Those definitely don't get better in multiples. And Ketria Triumph is a blue-red land. Consider versus Thornspire Verge. I'll just take Consider, I think. There's also Generous Ent, which can go get Ketria Triumph, but cantrips are generally pretty good. All right, I'll take Tezzeret in case I open a Time Vault. Also defensively in case they open a Time Vault, you see. And here, I guess I'll take Jetmir's Garden, but I'm not really likely to play any of those cards. The Elegant Parlor is also so far not really hitting, but that's okay. Yeah, I mean, going into pack 3 here, what do we have? We have Flash with 2 cards. Wouldn't mind more support there. Sneak or Breach both look decent. Could always use more counters, though. Having Memory Lapse, Daze, and Miscalc is pretty good, as well as Stern Scolding. Have some good acceleration in the Moxes. If I take Stomping Ground, I'll have a lot of green sources. That seems pretty nice. You never know. Oh, Nexus is not a 0 with Mana Vault, and I've got good cards to Nexus out, so we'll take that. And we'll see how this pack goes. But we're not really missing anything. We don't have any non-complete combos. There's nothing that we really have to find. Don't like opening Demonic Tutor here. Black is the one color I don't really have good inroads into splashing at all. So what are my other options? I could take Spell Pierce or Magda. This looks like a really good Spell Pierce deck. But then I'm passing Demonic Tutor, which I don't really love. There's also Once Upon a Time, but I don't think I want to take that. I'm probably not going to play this Nexus either. I mean, Magda's fine, but I don't think it's something I really want to take here. I think I'm just going to hate the Demonic Tutor. It's just too good. If I get the mana for it, then sure. All right, well, Vaultborn Tyrant's great with Flash, so I'll just take that. There's a bunch of Triomes here, a bunch of black cards. All right, I guess it's Vaultborn. Not the most exciting first couple picks here. Wouldn't mind a Sneak Attack. Wouldn't mind a Volcanic Island of some kind, though. I do have a Ketria Triumph. That sure goes a long way, but still, could use more, of course. There's Breach. LED's already gone. There's Iteration. Pest Infestation. Oh, I might just take Pest Infestation. There's also a Braid, but I have 4 green sources for free. Like that I'm already going to be... Well, the Stomping Ground, I guess I wouldn't play unless I had a green card, but it's basically free. Yeah. I didn't have Jetmir's Garden and Elvish Spirit God if I want it. I think this is a pretty good... This cube, Pest Infestation, is very good in. Here, there's a Nadu, but I don't have anything that goes with Nadu. I guess Jite is pretty good with Nadu. Kellen, Malcolm, Basalt Monolith. Nadu's the best card. I don't recall seeing Greaves. What would I do with Nadu? Would I put in the Jite? Because it is pretty busted with Nadu. I don't really want to take Noble. Would I take Kellen or Malcolm? Malcolm's a lot worse, but this is a pretty good Malcolm deck. There's also Tishana's Tidebinder, but I don't think that's in consideration here. I'll take Malcolm here. That's close, though. And then here, I think I just take Ancient Tomb. Ancient Tomb is great. Death Grader and Inti are both good, too. But Ancient Tomb, when you have Feywild Caretaker and Emberwild Captain, is pretty nice. I guess there's not that much else. It's decent with Screaming Nemesis. What are my other options, though? I would take Inti, maybe. I mean, Inti is also good, but it's a little less good when I have all these counters and stuff. Death Greeter is also good. Let's just take Ancient Tomb. Ancient Tomb's a pretty strong card. And then here, there's a Sword of the Meek. There's a Chromatic Star. Pentad Prism. I could take Fabled Passage. I don't really like Fabled Passage all that much. How good is Pentad Prism here? It is okay. Getting me towards Demonic Tutor. Yeah, I mean, Pentad Prism can accelerate out some of these things. It's also kind of nice at casting some of the big stuff. Like, that is pretty legit. Oh, this looks like a good Chandra deck. I don't think I want Raucous Theater. I mean, if I take Raucous Theater, I could play DT, because I'd have a red-black land plus a Pentad Prism. I mean, Demonic Tutor is really good. Yeah. I think when I have Flash in my deck, I think I'd rather just try to make it so I can put Demonic Tutor into my deck as well. Look, now there's Underground Sea. Yeah, all right. Well, this worked out pretty nicely because I don't... Lava Spur Boots would have been good with Nadu, but the rest of these cards I don't really care about. And now I can actually play DT. This Talisman can also go. And right now this is 16 lands plus Mox, so I'm already kind of set. Here I could take Once Upon a Time. Again, I've got a couple green sources, and it's just a really strong card in your opener. I don't care about a Goblin Crater Maker too much, and Valgavoth doesn't do anything. It is a little unfortunate that I'm not going to get anything other than no other Flash combos. So here now it's Breeding Pool versus Darkslick Shores. Interesting. I have one black card, one blue card, but one thing that's nice about Breeding Pool is it actually gets me to casting Vaultborn Tyrant. There's also Overgrown Tomb, but that's not fetchable, and a blue land is a lot better, so... Take that. Oh, Iteration came back. Nice. This looks like a pretty good Iteration deck. So now we're at 14 lands plus Mox. And Once Upon a Time. I could potentially not main Stern Scolding. That card is not... It's not mandatory you main deck that at all. Looks like an okay Wheel of Fortune deck. I could see cutting Screaming Nemesis as well. Or I could potentially cut Consider. Kellen versus Tishana's Tidebinder. There's also Oath. Oath is funny. I don't think I want Oath. I think I'd rather have Tidebinder, and it's at least a good sideboard card. Oh man, I don't quite have the stuff for Kaito. Would I rather hate a Beseiju and maybe I'd side it in? Kaito is pretty cool though. And sure, I'll take Gargaroth on math. All right, let's build a deck here. All right, so do I need any basics that aren't, like, I don't need Swamp or, I mean, I have Feywild Caretaker, so I could play a Swamp or a Forest. I feel like I have enough green sources. 1, 2, 3, 4, plus Mox is, I have 5 green sources for Once Upon a Time, Pest Infestation, and like maybe casting Vaultborn Tyrant. And for black, I have 3. Yeah, I could also see wanting to Feywild, get initiative to get a black source pretty well. I think I'm going to take out Screaming Nemesis. I could put Tidebinder in. That might be better. Oh, I also have Jetmir's Garden as a red-green land. I mean, I have 2 tap lands. This would be my 3rd. That's not so bad. Also, it's kind of nice that it provides white, so I have outs to cast Atraxa. I mean, that actually can come up. Okay. So yeah, I don't need a forest then. And then I'll play like 3 mountains is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 red. And then 3 islands is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blue. Well, I get another land, so 8 blue, and then I need to cut a card. Maybe it is the Tidebinder, actually, is it what ends up getting cut. And for days, I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 islands. Yeah, that's not so bad. The other option is I can just cut the Ancient Tomb. What do I have to cast with it? Emberwild Captain, Pest Infestation, Feywild Caretaker, and then maybe some of the big things. I already have Mana Vault for colorless. Yeah, maybe I just cut that and I just get to play another island. That sounds pretty good. All right. This is a solid deck. Oh, I need to cut a card, Tidebinder out. This is a solid deck. Not an amazing one. There's also Firebolt as a cuttable card. I have Galvanic Discharge already. Yeah, and I have Fury and... Oh, the Fury is a good reason to want to keep my red count reasonable. Okay, yeah, I think I'll start it like this. Well, let's see how this does. Or actually, is there a chance that I want Screaming Nemesis over Firebolt? That actually seems like it could be legit. Nemesis, I don't know. I've got some actual ways to get damage in, and Nemesis with like Forge is really nice. Fiery Confluence, deal 2 to each creature. This takes 2 and pings. Seems pretty reasonable. Yeah, let's try that instead. All right, time for round 1. Yeah, I'm going to keep the turn 2 flash with Days back up. Do I want to consider or crack Tarn? I think I'll just go Island for consider here. What do we want to see? Okay, not a Duress. Good, because it could Daze it, but it would set us back. That would be annoying. Okay, consider. Graveyard Breeding Pool. I don't mind a Demonic Tutor. Draw. Upkeep. Time to flash. Let's go. Vaultborn Tyrant. It is. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. So this is what's a little awkward about this deck, is this Atraxa now doesn't really do much. But, you know, that's a risk I'm willing to take. Let's take my turn, and... Ooh. Is Vaultborn going to get killed upkeep? I guess not. Let's attack. And... do you want a DT here? Hold on. That was a picture of my turn 2 flash for my team. I could DT, but if I did, it would be for like an initiative creature or something. So I think I could iteration. Honestly, I think I'm just going to pass in Once Upon a Time. I might find one of those exact initiative creatures. I could also hard cast Daze here, because I'm assuming a spell is going to get cast at some point here. Nothing yet, huh? All right. Let's get Stomping Ground. Cast Once Upon a Time. Yeah, I'll take a Screaming Nemesis. That's fine. And I'm tapped out. Now it's time to go for it, whatever it may be. Fire Covenant? Dazing Fire Covenant. That's just game. I just play Screaming Nemesis and then attack for 9. I like that. I don't mind that at all. All right, Screaming Nemesis did the trick here. Boom. Little turn 4 win. Flash with Daze backup. You love to see it. Okay. All we've seen is 3 red-black lands and a Fire Covenant. That doesn't really make me want Firebolt or Stern Scolding yet, but I definitely could see myself siding those in. Tishana's Tidebinder. No. Well, let's do this. All right, round 2 or game 2. Yeah, this hand doesn't have the flash yet, but I have a couple ways to look for it. I think I'm gonna start with Consider maybe, and then turn 2 Brainstorm or Iteration. I'm not sure. I could also Gleemox. That's a good card. Fable. Rabble Master. Okay. I guess I would Daze it. Maybe I Brainstorm, because then I can Iteration to clear my top cards. And if I find a 0, that would be sick. Okay. I think I'd rather put Woodfall Primus back in the deck. Turn 2 Rabble Master is pretty good. This Wheel of Fortune not looking amazing here. Iteration. Any Mox Emeralds? No? Alright, I'll put a Galvanic Discharge into my hand. Woodfall Primus, then Exile a Mountain. Alright, well, Galvanic Discharge to kill the Rabble Master. Leave behind 2 tokens. Not the end of the world. I do need to... Assuming if Slade plays something else this turn, then I'm pretty far behind. I mean, assuming it's like, an actual thing. Mind Twist hit Wheel and 2 lands. That actually wasn't that bad for me, honestly. It hit Island, which was unfortunate, but I still have Galvanic Discharge. If I could just draw a Flash. Yeah, you'll love to see that. All right. Pass the turn here. I'm paying the life on Stomping Ground because I'm going to Galvanic Discharge the Rabble Master here. Oh, I meant to do it beginning of combat. Well, in that case, or rather, I meant to do it main phase. I guess I'll just do this. All right. Flash. Vaultborn. Drew a Mox even. Oh, Emberwild, huh? All right, I'll block here, take 3, and Bone Shards. All right, well, that would have killed the Vaultborn either way. And then Persist the Deathclaw. Oh, no. That's not good, because that blows up my land. No cards left, but I don't think I'm beating the Alpha Deathclaw. Let's play land. This doesn't even do anything. I guess I'll just pass. All right, well. Yeah, that was pretty good. Turn 2 Rabble Master into turn 3 Mind Twist into turn 4 Deathclaw is pretty great. All right, that's enough for me here. Well, hopefully I draw the Mox and he doesn't draw his Mox. Do I want Stern Scolding or Firebolt? I saw Rabble Master. Tishana's Tidebinder could be nice. It somewhat counters Deathclaw. Fury, I think, is still pretty decent. Galvanic Discharge is good. Fiery Confluence is good. I like wheel on the play with this acceleration. I think I'm just going to run this back is what I'm going to do. All right, on the play. Okay, keep this hand. And I think I'm just going to go Tarn, Mox, go. And then consider end of turn, have memory lapse up. And I guess I'll probably just fetch an island here. Because I already have green off Mox, red, black off Raucous Theater. Gleemox. I think I memory lapse that. Oh, I guess I can get Underground Sea, sure. Gleemox is good. Basically, this is better than memory lapsing a 2-drop, I think. But either way, it's not great for me. I need to find Pest Infestation. Though Screaming Nemesis is pretty nice. I mean, casting Screaming Nemesis and then next turn going Consider into Fury could be pretty good. Screaming Nemesis is pretty good against Goblin Rabblemaster. Okay, Gleemox. What you got? Into K command and discard a card. Guess I actually think I just discard Fury at this point. I'm just so far from casting it now that my land's gotten blown up. Let's actually surveil one draw first. Draw and then surveil graveyard. All right. I'm keeping Daze because I'm just hoping that Slade's going to tap out this turn. If not, then, you know, unfortunate for me. Unmarked Grave. Okay. Into Persist. No, I was going to wait a turn to play around Daze. Damn. And I drew another land. Well, this is unfortunate. Unfortunate. I mean, I assume that I'm just going to lose here. It's possible I don't. But a second Mox, okay. Oh, is this Alpha Deathclaw? Well, the days worked out nicely there. Okay, Slate's got no cards in hand. It works for me. All right, let's just draw some action. Feywild Caretaker, let's go. Emberwild Captain, come on. Oh, that's the Feywild Caretaker. Let's go, baby. We might even be able to beat a top deck Persist now. I don't know about that, but definitely get an island here. But that's the sort of thing Slade needs to come back here. I mean, a top deck Persist would still be really bad for me. Dragon's Rage Chandler is not going to do it. All right. Definitely going to the Forge here. Let's make Screaming Nemesis a 5. Or actually, let's just spread it out here. Just draw a counter to lock it up. Play an island. And chump with the Dragon's Rage Chandler. Now a Persist will not do it. Chump takes 6 down to 2. I get another fairy token. I'm going to trap next turn. Daze into Feywild Caretaker, just the way we drew it up, and that's a 1-0. All right, I'm on the draw against red-white with Lutri. Yeah, I will keep this hand. I've got, if I want, turn 1 Galvanic Discharge. Oh, interesting. Let's just go Mountain. Go, because I don't think playing Jetmir's Garden is critical, and there seems like there's a pretty decent chance that I'm going to want to Galvanic Discharge a 2-drop here, and then I can go Pentad Prism and have up Daze. I think that's going to be good. Fear of missing out. Okay. Get your loot on. I'll get my bolt on here. Draw. Oh, memory lapse. Yeah, let's just do that, because I can then go iteration plus land the next turn, and then I can set up to just cast Vaultborn Tyrant on 3 here. Now I'm just going to play Jetmir's Garden and pass. Hopefully they don't have a flash creature. They didn't put Lutri into hand, so presumably they've got something here, which is kind of annoying because it's going to mess up the whole Daze Memory Lapse sequence. But we'll see what it is. Oh, nothing? Okay. It's possible that I want to hardcast Daze here, because we're getting to kind of the end of Daze being that good of a counter. But we'll see what this is. Stoneforge Mystic. Oh, well, I'll just memory lapse that for sure. Are they keeping up Reprieve? Who knows? I'm going to start with Iteration here. I would like to hit a land drop. Okay, I'll put Demonic Tutor in hand. Hit Mountain. Play Mountain. Play Pentad Prism for 2 here. And pass the turn. Stoneforge is going to come down. I can't stop it. But hopefully they play like a Goldspan instead. That would be nice because they have Goldspan in their deck. Chandra. Okay. I could miscalc it, but I need this Pentad Prism. This is going to let Stoneforge come down too, unfortunately. I need Pentad Prism for black for DT here. I think it just puts me in too bad of a spot if I miscalc there. Skull Clamp. That I can actually Daze. My Magic Online is lagging. Magic Online, always losing it. Because now what I can do is I can DT and I can flash. Oh, I mean, I guess I might as well use the Swamp, sure. Let's get flash, pass the turn, and I have flash plus miscalc up here, so that's pretty reasonable. And then I'll get to attack the Chandra. So exile the top card. Let's see. The Wandering Emperor. Okay. That's a good hit. Yeah. Wow, that was a good hit. Attack with Stoneforge. Oh, I like that. Doing this anyway, so flash in Vaultborn. Block. And draw some cards here. Yeah, this lag is really something. Gain 3, draw a card. And then gain 3 and draw another card. Hold on, I gotta restart Magic Online. Alright. And draw a card. Oh, I guess I drew a Raucous Theater. Okay. I was like, what did I draw? But, and, oh, Screaming Nemesis is pretty nice. That definitely, that means I can attack Chandra with Vaultborn Tyrant and Wandering Emperor with Screaming Nemesis. Yeah, that works out really nicely. All right, draw. I even have miscalc up still. Oh, I got to save that Pentad Prism counter. Though, funnily enough, black, blue. Oh, I don't tap the island. I'm actually pretty close to having a Troxa mana even without Prism, but I do need the Prism. All right, attack Wandering Emperor with Screaming Nemesis. Attack Chandra with Vaultborn Tyrant. Chump. Chandra goes to 2. Wandering Emperor died. Screaming Nemesis has been good. I've been glad I've had it. Though against all these cards, I think Tishana's Tidebinder could be pretty good too. Okay, Chandra's down to 2 loyalty. I've got Miscalc up. I mean, Miscalc's not the best with this much mana in play, but I also have an overwhelming board presence, and Chandra's only going to be looking at the top card here. It's not even like Chandra can take something down. So And if I draw any land, I can any untapped land, I can cast Atraxa. If I draw a tap land, well, I have a tap land. If I draw anything else, maybe I go Emberwild Captain plus Raucous Theater. And if maybe I use the Prism, like let's say I have to cast these two in the same turn, if I find any green land, the Jetmir's Gardens gets me the white I need for Atraxa too. What are we tanking about here? It's an obvious Chandra +1 unless maybe they have an X spell and they want, and like 4th Year Lingus or something, and they're deciding whether to use Chandra mana. That could be something. Okay. Will Miscalc work here? Glorybringer? Okay. Into what? Because the Glorybringer by itself doesn't really do that much, honestly. Can't kill Vaultborn Tyrant, and killing the Screaming Nemesis is kind of dicey at best. Alright. If they plus Chandra for mana, they clearly have some other play to make here. And they're exerting this, I would imagine. No, they're just attacking with Glorybringer. They have to have something else here. Some other move. Oh, Carnage Interpreter. That makes sense. All right, well, I'll miscalc that. No reason to let that thing live. All right, draw. Oh, Mox. Disgustingly good draw. White. Didn't even need the Prism. I even get to draw a card off Vaultborn, and then I get Artifact, Creature, Sorcery, Instant. All right, well. Hardcast Atraxa, baby. Firebolt, Tidebinder, Stern Scolding. These are some cards. Wheel of Fortune on the draw against Boros. Let's not do that. Do I want to take out like a Consider or something? The Screaming Nemesis seems pretty good. I could be argued that Emberwild Captain is not actually good enough here. I feel like I'm not going to do a good enough job with that. And Firebolt kills Stoneforge, kind of. It's okay against Planeswalkers. I think I'd rather just have Stern Scolding. Maybe we'll see more cards here, and it's possible I will want Firebolt, but we're also not going to go to game 3, so it's irrelevant. I'm just going to turn one flash here. That's my plan. Or, yeah, who knows? Well, this is a pretty good control hand. Stern Scolding your 2-drop, Tidebinder something, Fiery Confluence stuff. This all seems pretty reasonable. Any 1-drops? No? Alright. Oh, Brainstorm is not bad. I'll try to hold on to that one. I've got a good curve of plays. Waiting on it is usually pretty good. Robber of the Rich? No. No, I'm going to pass on that. Thanks. I actually think I'm going to cast Once Upon a Time here because it costs 2 mana. It is a shuffle for Brainstorm, but I don't think I need to do that. I think I'd rather just cast Once Upon a Time and then try to Brainstorm into Flash, something along those lines. Uh-oh, what is this? Oh, that's really, really not scary at all. I got Lava Spiked, and there's a Flage in the graveyard. All right, Once Upon a Time. Oh, man. So the Flash is on the bottom, but I do have DT and Shuffle effects. I think I'll still just take the Woodfall Primus. Pentide Prism would let me cast Atraxa, but it would also let me cast Primus, and Flash Primus is a lot better. So I think I'll just do that. And then hope to find DT. A Shuffle effect would be nice. Picking up a Tarn or something. All right, let's just pass. Have Malcolm and Tidebinder up here, and Brainstorm for that matter. Opponent has no plays. They can put Lutri into hand. Skull Clamp, sure. Don't mind that. And Lutri. All right, let's go Malcolm. Still wait on the Brainstorm. Still not in a huge hurry. Okay, Black Source, that's nice. And if I draw Demonic Tutor, I'm in. Oh, there's a Tarn. Okay, so let's put Mountain back. Oh, discard the mountain. Play Scalding Tarn. Pass the turn. And now I've got Tidebinder and Brainstorm. And I'm going to Brainstorm into fetch here. This deck's playing out pretty nicely. Let's see what they got. Oh, it's also nice if they play a 1 toughness creature. Oh, yeah. And then clamp it. Tishana's Tidebinder. The Skull Clamp. Not this part. This part. So let's first Brainstorm. And see what we draw. Any Demonic Tutors? No, these are some good cards. Let's put back Swamp. I could put back the Woodfall Primus now. I could put back Underground Sea. Yeah, I kind of like just putting back Underground Sea. I'll just put back 2 lands. And then I'll go get Underground Sea, I think. It keeps me off double red for Fiery Confluence, but I think that's okay. And then the sideboard Tidebinder was truly excellent. Please no Mana Tithe. And then now the Skull Clamp doesn't even have an ability for the time being. And let's draw, consider. Yeah, I'll consider first. Oh, yeah, I'll keep Feywild Caretaker. All right, well, the Woodfall Primus is about to get discarded here. Assuming I draw a land, yeah. All right, that's fine. Play a land and pass the turn, leaving up Miscalc. Oh, really? If I get to Miscalc a play this turn and then play Feywild Caretaker? Oh. Okay. Upkeep Burst Lightning. Okay. They mean to Lutri? Who knows? Hit with this. Though actually, I think I should have... I think I'm just going to discard the flash now. Yeah. I feel like I can end this game with Fiery Confluence fairly easily. I could have done this first to get Mountain so then I could discard it to Malcolm, but I think this is going to work out fine. I don't think I counter Lutri if Lutri comes down here. The funny thing is I would have miscalculated the Lutri. Yeah, otherwise, if it was in response to the Burst Lightning. But now I've got 2 blockers. This is a Glorybringer. Sometimes everything just works out so perfectly, you know? Sometimes you just, like, oh, Mind Collapse. Okay, that is good. It's not going to get the job done, but it's good. Let's block. Let's keep the initiative. Because now I get to go Forge onto Malcolm. Oh, Malcolm's about to get to play a spell for free here. See, sometimes everything just comes together nicely. Oh man, this is so good. Discard Vault-Worn Tyrant. Yeah, I'll go ahead and cast it. Draw. Pest Infestation, the Skull Clamp here. Leave up Miscalc. Play Jetmir's Gardens because that's the one that can cast Atroxa. Pass the turn. They have 2 cards in hand. It's over. It's over. It's never been more over. A little bit, little 2-0 here. Miscalc, whatever this is. I don't even know what this could possibly be that would do anything, but I'm going to miscalc it anyway. You'll love to see it, honestly. Oh, it's the Flage. Yeah, all right. Miscalc. Game Blouses. Take 5 off trap. Fiery Confluence, you attack for 1,000,000. Game and game. All right. My team's up 5-3, in part because my 2-0. I'm playing against Samroff on, like, black-white. This hand is not that good. Let's see. He's got... Oh, he's mostly black-white, tiny bit of blue. Yeah, I'm kind of a mid-range deck. Emperor of Bones and some Reanimate stuff. I think I can just mulligan this hand. All right, this hand's way better. I'll keep this. Put Mountain back. Get to Once Upon a Time. Have lots of mana. This deck could cast a Vault-Born Tyrant pretty quickly. All right, well, let's just fire off Once Upon a Time because I'm going to want to play Mox. Sure, I'll put a Troxa into my hand. Flash on the bottom, as usual. Land, Mox. So, if I find a black mana, I actually have an Atroxa here that I can cast because this can get the Jetmir's Garden. And the reason I didn't want to play Scalding Tarn on a 1, despite shuffling Flashback in being good, is I want to keep up Memory Lapse for turn 2 here. Cycle Troll, okay. So he must have drawn the Troll into Guide of Souls. All right. Let's draw. Any black sources? The thing that's a little bit awkward is if I drew a black. Okay. Yeah, let's just go Raucous Theater then. Miscalc. Yeah, I'll put this on top. All right, I kind of like this. I'll go Memory Lapse this turn. Next turn, play a land, play Mana Vault, and then have Miscalc up, and then go get Jetmir's Gardens, and then hardcast Atroxa. All right. No new plays. Let's play Mana Vault. Let's pass the turn here. No plays end of turn, please. Hole Breacher. I think I'll miscalc the Hole Breacher. I don't know. Hole Breacher's a pretty dangerous card to have in play. If I need to, I can Memory Lapse here. Obviously, that's pretty bad for me. Hymn to Turok. Okay, please don't leave me with a Troxa. I just can't catch a break against Sam. I mean, I could have not countered the Hole Breacher, but I don't know. It seems pretty bad to have that one in play. All right, well, let's go get... I don't even really need Jetmir's Garden anymore. I have double red. I guess I'll just get Underground Sea. All right, let's brainstorm. Sure. Deals 2 damage to each creature, 2 damage to each opponent. Well, he's got 2 cards in hand. I'm drawing a brick and then another brick. Well, Jetmir's Garden's at least cycles. Emperor of Bones on Atroxa. All right. Well, there we go, huh? I definitely want Stern Scolding and Firebolt in. Tidebinder could be okay. Once again, I'm not loving Emberwild Captain. I do think Wheel of Fortune on the... Oh, against Hole Breacher, Wheel of Fortune's pretty bad. Let's just take that out. All right. Let's run this. If I'd cast Atroxa, who knows what happens there. I would like to play first. I can Uat into a land. Yeah, all right. I'm assuming I'm going to Once Upon a Time into a land here, and then I'm going to get to play Prism in Miscalc. Got some burn spells. Yeah, all right. Jetmir's Gardens. I think it's going to be fine here. I have 1 blue card, and I can use the Pentad Prism if I want. And I have a bunch of red cards, so having these up is going to be pretty nice. He seems like he's got a lot of targets for it. Let's just play Pentad Prism. Jetmir's Garden, Underground Sea, Tron. I have all 5 colors. All right, no plays. Any flashes? No? That's a really bad draw. Okay. Mana Vault would be nice. Flash would be nice. Orcish Bowmasters. Okay. I think I'm just going to allow that and then Firebolt it. That'll be okay. Hopefully I'm not getting Kaito'd here. Kaitos is a scary card. Draw. All right. That's pretty good. And pass the turn, and I'm going to upkeep Flash and Woodfall Primus here. Or maybe end of turn if this is a Hull Breacher. All right. Flash. I think I like Woodfall Primus more. Because blowing up, I'll get Scrubland and Darkslick Shores. Just kill both the black sources. And Hull Breacher is fine because I have a Galvanic Discharge to kill it. And then I've got a Vaultborn Tyrant. Other thing is that leaving Vaultborn Tyrant, that one's pretty easy to cast. Well, easier to cast than Woodfall Primus. See, I'm only 1 mana away from casting it. Send. Pass the turn, have Miscalc up. I just need to draw a land to cast Vaultborn. Spells are also good. All right. Feeling pretty good about this. Drawing Flash is good. It's a good card. Let's bolt the Hull Breacher. Deal 2 to it. Take my 1. No plays, huh? All right. Upkeep. Oh, Bitter Triumph, the Woodfall Primus. I guess I will miscalc this. And you're going to pay life or you're going to discard a card is the real question. But I think I will miscalc this because obviously if I draw a land, it would have been kind of nice to just play Vaultborn. But if I don't draw a land, Infernal Grasp. All right. Well, I think I'd rather getting to hit with the Woodfall Primus this turn is pretty good. Oh, wow. All right. Well, I didn't draw the land, but now the Woodfall Primus is lethal next turn. So that's pretty good. If I'm getting Bitter Triumph, then it's not quite lethal, but hopefully I draw a land and cast Vaultborn. Once again, getting upkeep. So we had both the removal spells, I suppose. Oh, this is Urtai. Okay, well that's kind of nice because at least I draw a card. So yeah, let's just play Vaultborn. I could DT, but I don't think that's going to be better than just playing Vaultborn. And draw Island. I technically don't have second red here, but I'll find it soon enough. He's got 2 cards in hand. I could Firebolt the Urtai, but I think I'm just going to attack here. Go into 4. Okay. DT. I think I'm just going to get Mountain. All right. Going to game 3. On the draw. Do I want a Tishana's Tidebinder? Feel good about cutting Wheel against Bowmasters also. Tidebinder's okay. Screaming Nemesis is just okay. Don't want Ancient Tomb. Pest Infestation isn't amazing, but I think it's worth having in. All right. Any turn 1 flashes? No, but this is a pretty good hand. He's mulling. I get to go turn 1. I've got a bunch of options, actually. Let's see what I draw. Okay, well, that is a pretty nice draw. I was going to say, if I drew Flash, that could definitely change what I get, because now I'm going to DT, and I think I'm going to probably DT for Woodfall Primus next turn and blow up Sam's lands. Oh, there's a Troxa. Interesting. I could flash a Troxa. What's awkward is I'm going to have to... Yeah, I'm going to have to use up both Printed Prism counters, but I think that's okay. I think I do get Woodfall Primus and pass the turn here. And if he Bowmasters, I get to blow up both lands. Upkeep. I'm just going to go for it here. Okay, Flash and Woodfall Primus. Blow up Scrubland. Blow up Island. He's going to kill my Woodfall Primus. All right. It blows up both lands. Then I have a Screaming Nemesis to play. And the Jetmir's Garden means that I have most of the colors for Atraxa. Guide of Souls, yeah, that's a good one. Okay, let's go consider here first. Oh, graveyard that. All right, now I have the colors for Atraxa. I just need to get there. And certainly going to attack here. Okay, Mana Vault would be an insane draw. Any Mana Vaults? While we're vamping? All right. I'm 1 land away from casting Atraxa. Well, 2 turns, but 1 land. Because I've got green, white, black, blue. He doesn't seem to be being able to play much because I blew up all his lands, which is kind of the strategy. Stomping Ground. Hit. All right. Can't get him unless he has Urborg or something. Oh, I don't need an upkeep stop. I slam Atraxa, he concedes. I like that plan. the hard cast Atraxa plan after... I mean, turn 2 flash is pretty good. White, green, blue, black. Atraxa, say, sorcery land, instant artifact. I was going to get Memory Lapse, Mana Vault, a land, and an iteration. Yeah, that's enough with those 2, and that's a 3-0. You love to see it. Ooh, well, this deck 3-0ing, not like a surprise, because I think this deck was solid, but it was... The one thing that I didn't like about the deck was I didn't have a second like Sneak or Breach card for these. But on the other hand, when I took Pentad Prism, I talked about casting these cards, and when I put Jetmir's Gardens in the deck, I said, the white mana from Jetmir's could help cast Atraxa, and both those things happened. I was able to hard cast Atraxa and Vaultborn, and both times it was excellent. Feywild's great. Not the best Emberwild Captain deck. Screaming Nemesis somehow just kind of did a lot of damage. And yeah, Mox and Mana Vault are pretty good cards. So is Flash. I just always take this card. It's so good. Also, really don't think that passing Woodfall after passing Flash, or letting Woodfall wheel after passing Flash is generally a good idea, but I will take it. And the Hate Draft Demonic Tutor that turned into a really good Demonic Tutor off Raucous Theater and Underground Sea and Scalding Tarn worked out too. So that'll do it for today. I appreciate you hanging out as I cast Flash once more, and what a deck. Worked out nicely. Awesome draft, and can't wait for the next one. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps out the channel, and you won't miss a single draft.